Hey, this is Brad again here. I'm here today to talk about PWC trailers, and I've been doing this a long time. I've had a lot of them over the years. I just wanted to go over kind of what are my favorite things about trailers and what are the things I avoid, and kind of some tricks and tips for someone who is looking to get a trailer for their new jet ski, or they've had the jet skis and they're just looking to change things around. I'm going to give you some tips on what to avoid and things to consider when you're making a choice for your trailer. In my case, I actually took a Zeman double sit-down trailer and put a bunch of time into it, and we've converted it into a triple trailer. So this is my personal favorite setup. It's big, it has lots of space, it's very versatile, and I like the Zemans because they have a really beefy steel frame and they just feel like a heavy-duty trailer, whereas some of the other ones out there are flimsy and cheap and just don't seem to hold up well over time. I will say one big downside to the Zemans is the paint or powder coating or whatever it is they use on them. It tends to rust very quickly, so they're not going to be pretty for very long unless you keep it in the garage, but they are very stout and they will last an extremely long time. Next, I want to go into my least favorite trailer. So my least favorite trailer is going to be the bolt together Harbor Freight Tractor Supply trailers. I strongly dislike those. I've owned one, and let me tell you, they are cheap, but you get what you pay for. So first of all, you're going to have to buy it and you're going to have to put your own bunk system on it. So that's going to take you extra time. But beyond that, really, I mean, they are just so flimsy. They rock back and forth, and they're barely fit to do the job. They are small and compact, but I would personally say avoid it at all costs. Go for something, a real decent quality trailer. That's my take. And also, Shorelander trailers, they're made decently. They hold up a really long time, but similarly to the Harbor Freights, they're certainly better than Harbor Freight, but they're not that beefy either. They have a lot of flex, and for the ones I've seen and experienced, they just weren't that beefy. And I want my trailers to be solid, beefy. I have pretty expensive jet skis on them that I really care about, and I want to feel safe when I'm towing them around. So my top choice is Zeman. That's just me. So something else that you really want to pay attention to, I've seen so many people taking little tiny 2 stand-up trailers and turning them into 4, 5, 6 jet ski trailers. Just pay attention to the load rating on your tires and pay attention to the axle rating. What is your axle really rated to hold? Because it's probably not as much as you think. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing when it comes to towing, here in California, we're supposed to tow at 55. Other states, it's higher. Here in California, a lot of people don't follow the rules of 55, but keep in mind the type of tires you buy for your trailer, because you would be surprised that a lot of the trailer tires, especially if you're buying the cheaper end ones, the speed rating is only 55, 50 miles per hour. So you're going over the speed rating of a tire, it's probably not going to last long. You're going to end up with blowouts. Okay, so moving on to the next thing, it's going to be length. So the longer the trailer is, the more stable it's going to be while towing. So a longer trailer is going to be nice. It's going to tow nice. It'll be easier to back up. If you have a trailer with the short wheelbase and those tires are right next to your bumper, it's going to be really hard to back up. So the more distance you have between the axle and the tongue of the trailer, the more forgiving it's going to be while backing up. All jet ski trailers are hard to back up, but it's going to be really hard if you have one of those short ones. So keep that in mind. Another big consideration here is I have the big boy trailer here, but the big boy trailer means that it takes up a lot of space. So this is a wide single garage door, and it fits by probably 2 inches on each side. So you want to have a big beefy trailer that can fit a lot of jet skis, fit a lot of gear. That's great, but you're going to suffer for size. I mean, this thing takes up all of this garage space. So you have to figure out if is that worth it to you, or would you rather get something compact that you can more push into the side of the garage or push out of the way in your yard or something like that. So also, some point, some way, you're going to have to put gas cans. You're going to have to bring gas and fill them up. So getting something that either has room for a gas rack or has gas racks is a consideration you should make. If you have a trailer, there's a decent chance maybe you're driving an SUV and you don't want to put gas cans in the truck, in the SUV, whatever it may be. So think about space for gas jugs and where those are going to go if it doesn't have them already. Another really big thing, and it's a lesson I've learned with my first trailer, is a lot of people say, well, I want a gearbox, right? I want to put my tools and I want to put my oil and my riding gear. I want to put it on the trailer in a box up front, which is great, but there's something you should really pay attention to when you do this, and that's going to be backing up is one, and two is going to be if you have a pickup truck or even an SUV, is your tailgate / liftgate going to be able to open with that on there? So basically what happens is you put this big box too far forward near your tongue, and then when you're backing up, you can if you jackknife that toolbox, if it's wide, jackknife in your bumper and ruin your tow vehicle. So pay attention to where you're putting it, and don't put it too far forward, don't get too wide of a box, because you're not going to be able to make sharp turns or back up properly without ruining your tow vehicle. And the other thing is, I drive a pickup truck, and when I had a box, I had one in the front of this trailer here actually, and the problem was when I would try and put the tailgate down, it was very close to the box, so I couldn't back up with the tailgate down, which sometimes I like to do. So ultimately that led me to remove the box and just say, I don't want a box on the trailer. I like being able to have my gate down, and if I have to, put extra gear up front. But I personally felt it wasn't worth it having the box. So keep that in mind if that's something you want to do. Don't waste $800,000 on a box just to realize, hey, this actually isn't that cool. Or you throw it on and you jackknife it first time and ruin your tow vehicle. So keep that in mind as well. I think that covers most of the basics of what I wanted to talk about as far as trailers go. Not anything crazy. There's not a ton of information here, but I think that the little tidbits I did give are really helpful when it comes to deciding what you're trying to do, what are you trying to accomplish, and what's going to suit your needs. I hope you have a great day out there and go do some riding. Let me know what your favorite trailer setups are and what you're running, how you get your jet skis to and from the water. Have fun out there. Be safe.